How are you? Welcome. This is a general reading for all zodiac signs for the full moon in Libra, which is also a lunar eclipse. That's occurring around about midnight tonight, the 24th into the 25th on the west coast of the U.S., 3 a.m. on the 25th on the east coast, and then later throughout the day across the pond and other points around the globe. So you'll want to check your local listings. Yeah, it's a powerful lunation. We're jumping into the eclipse wormhole. We'll get the solar eclipse on April 8th and the new moon with Aries. I'll do a special reading for that as always too. But I wanted to see what we've got coming through here. So I'm doing this reading in 3 parts, Oracle first, then a bit of astrology about the lunation, and then the tarot reading. It's time stamped for your convenience. So I'm pulling from Moonology. Let's see what the messages are. Don't let pride get in your way. Take time to breathe out and believe in the impossible. I like those messages. Yeah, when we get in our pride, especially in relationships, which this lunation, this eclipse season is all about relationships. I'll tell you why in a minute. So we want to kind of put our pride to the side. I'm a poet and I don't know it. Exhale, right? Take the time to just sort of relieve ourselves of that tension, and then believe in the impossible. So those are all really lovely messages for this lunation. Yeah, it feels like there's something that's been happening in the collective. As I'm doing readings for you, this whole series of readings on the channel, the individual zodiac has been for this particular eclipse season, and I'm seeing a lot of the Ten of Swords. Right? There's like painful endings that have been pushed through, dealt with, agonized over, and now maybe we're the last little throes of releasing that, which is what full moons are all about. So if you agree with that statement, if you align with it, then this eclipse season will be very powerful and helpful. That's the point. So let me give you some of the astrology. I'm going to look at my notes here. Let me move it so I can see it. So first of all, we have to go into the Wayback Machine to the solar eclipse that occurred on October 14th of 2023. So last October, there was a solar eclipse. It was during the new moon in Libra. So this is the full moon in Libra with a lunar eclipse. So we're going all the way back and we're completing that. The new moon is about culminations and completion and releasing. So you can essentially go back to for the last 5 months and review the game tape of your relationship, right? That solar eclipse brought us motivation and inspiration to change the dynamics of our relationships. It was accompanied at the time by Venus in Virgo. So the focus, and I say Venus because Venus rules Libra, right? So this is a Venus-ruled eclipse, as was that. So the focus was more on fine-tuning, editing, and refinement, right? Polishing up the rough edges. This lunar eclipse is happening during a full moon and is accompanied by Venus in Pisces. So now it's about adding beauty back into our lives and relationships, thinking about how we can infuse more love, harmony, dreaminess, and spiritual transformation into our connections. So there is a different flavor to it. We're moving through a rather epic moment of release in this full moon, preparing us for a big shot forward with the new moon in Aries, which is a total solar eclipse. So that's 2 weeks from now, from the time I'm recording this. And that's a North Node eclipse. Like this one is a South Node eclipse. So we got to release some stuff from the past. That one's a North Node, which means it's all about moving forward toward the future we're creating. But the first of the 2 eclipses is this one, the full moon. So this is about letting go of things from the past. As I said, South Node. Things that would inhibit us from a more powerful push forward, trajectory forward on our path. So what we release now helps us move forward more powerfully with the eclipse that comes in 2 weeks. So keep that in mind, what you're letting go of now. Whether you're doing it through this reading or through meditation or journaling or through even a formalized ritual of some sort, whatever you're releasing is allowing you to clear away what might hold you back from moving forward. Okay? So it's important to think about that. This is the relationship-oriented full moon because it's happening on the Aries Libra axis, right? That polarity is all about the self, Aries, and Libra, which is the other. So Libra tells us that all experience in life is a mirror. Everything we encounter is a direct reflection of our perceptions of it. I know, I never thought of Libra that way, but it makes a lot of sense. So personal relationships, of course, are the primary way that we play this out in life. And so the Libra full moon is certainly going to be about what needs to be released in our relationships. The watchword is surrender, though, because nothing can stop the changes that are brewing from our unconscious, right? We've got to sort of consider that the Libra quality within us that might keep us from stepping into our own ability to fire things up when we get to that Aries new moon. We're already in Aries season, so you should be feeling that pull towards momentum building, right? We're starting to get antsy and shift in our seat and wanting to make change, but we've got things to let go of first. And so that can cause some tension. So that's why surrender is a good word. So for some people, what might be getting in the way? For some people, the Libra quality could be people pleasing. For others, it could be codependency. Okay. So just think about relationally, this sort of lower vibration of Libra, being judgmental, anything that gets in the way. So Aries allows us to be angry, and Libra can be very uncomfortable with such feelings and energies, so that peacekeeping impulses can become problematic. Like Aries wants us to take action, but Libra may use passivity as a defense against the potential of failure. Okay? That is an ego construct. So we want to be careful not to sort of sabotage ourselves as we're being launched forward in that new moon with the solar eclipse. Before we get there, we have to kind of help ourselves get out of our own way, right? So right relationships require a delicate organizing between self and other, and this eclipse taps into whatever or however that paradigm is out of balance. So it's delicate, it's you, it's me, it's we. And it requires finesse. So it may create the change and transformation needed to bring more balance into existence. So keep that in mind as we approach this eclipse, the whole eclipse, plus what you're closing out from back in October. Because the whole process, and for some of it, it may be bumpy. For some of us, it could be bumpy. The whole process is about creating the change and transformation needed to bring more balance into existence. So that is my 411 on the full moon in Libra lunar eclipse. So we're going to jump in and do tarot now with all that in mind. We're going to see what our present energy is, blocks, challenges, and then we're going to go around unconscious, past, conscious awareness, future, and then I'll do a deeper dive for the extended, okay? I'm going by sign for the extended. Before I forget, please remember, those of you with all access passes to all of the extendeds, you already have access to the extended for this reading, so you don't need to purchase it. But you will have to go into the moments.com platform to access it. Okay, and for those of you who have recently purchased, because I made some changes to the individual extendeds, there's an option to get into a monthly where you get like 5 readings for the price of 1. So if you've already opted into that, and you will know if you did, you also get the extended for this reading. So be sure you don't I'm only saying this because a couple of you have been buying, and I've had to reach out and say, wait a minute, you're already in the membership. So I hope that that puts a smile on your face and you're like, oh, I already have it. Cool. But the link will be below to the extended for those of you who just want it as a one-time purchase. Here we go. Are we ready? Aha, 5 of Wands. So we're feeling the tension, the conflict. And what's the block or challenge here? Knight of Wands. Maybe it feels like either there's nothing moving forward or there's too much bouncing back and forth in and out. And it's causing conflict, right? Because in unconscious awareness, Ace of Pentacles, we're looking for the offers, for the stability, for some form of commitment. It's new beginning energy, yes, but because I'm reading about relationships and I already see where the problem is, we're already feeling the tension and some form of conflict with regard to either getting something moving or something that seems to be in and out and therefore not grounded. Not stable, not reliable. And I feel like this Ace of Pentacles, therefore, in the back of your mind is coming in as I want to up-level this connection. I want more stability. I want an offer, something tangible here in 3D that leans towards something more committed. In the past, King of Wands. But of course, so maybe there's just some energy of unavailability. Yes, 4 of Swords in our conscious awareness, some healing, taking time out to be a little more reflective, which is perfect because we're also in the pre-shadow phase for Mercury retrograde. So I like seeing the conscious awareness around the need to kind of center and do some reflecting, reevaluating, reassessing, realigning. You get it, all the re's, especially around anything that has caused some agitated energy. 7 of Cups going forward. We've got some options that will present themselves. We'll have to sort of, maybe now that we're in this healing frame of mind, or at least deep reflective energy presently, maybe that will help us sort through something that may be emotionally overwhelming or confusing, etc. So let's take a look at what we've got. 5 of Wands with the Knight of Wands. Death card, 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Well, with the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, it feels, you know, the 5 of Wands is how we're entering the reading. The 5 of Swords is coming from unconscious awareness or playing out behind the scenes. And to me, the 5 of Swords is something that feels like an unfair fight, right? Maybe some sabotage, maybe some gaslighty kind of behavior, but there's something here that I'm definitely tapping into. The Knight of Wands as an in and out behavior. You want the happily ever after, the 10 of Cups. You want the emotional commitment. You want the contentment. So something has to change. The Death card is not here representing an ending of the connection. It's representing the need for some change, and therefore some pattern needs to end because it's causing too much conflict and it's leaving you feeling defeated. Wow, this is going to be a powerful full moon, I can see already. So let's look at the Ace of Pentacles in your unconscious awareness. King of Wands. Ace of Cups, Page of Swords. So it's clear to me that whoever this King of Wands person is, they're coming through as someone who you are desiring. You want them to claim the connection and to not be so unavailable. Sometimes the King of Wands in reversed energy is only available when it works for them, or, you know, especially if there are any other people in the mix. And sometimes we feel we're the ones put on the back burner, or we feel like there's something here isn't fair. We've got outside interference, 5 of Wands from other parties. So, and it could be for a lot of reasons. I'm not going to get into the weeds of that. Maybe some of it will come through in the extended. But it feels to me like you want the commitment. You want the offer from this person because they're like the love of your life. Ace of Cups. There's a powerful gift of love here. Page of Swords. right? Will they or won't they? There's curiosity there. There's a need for some clarity, some kind of truth to be spoken into the situation. But I feel like what's happening here is there's more of an in and out behavior than there is someone who says, I see what I want, I'm claiming it, it's mine, we're done, let's go. Right? There's something here that's leaving you feeling like you're either an afterthought, or they're not willing to fight for you or for the time together, something on that order. The 2 5s are what I'm really responding to here, and that's what needs to change. So let's see the King of Wands in the past. Right, don't let pride get in the way. King of Wands is Leo energy, can be very prideful. Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, there's our 7 of Cups. Wow. I feel like this person talks a good game. I'm saying that with love. Like, I feel like there have been very optimistic messages about, yeah, sure, I want what you want. Oh yeah, no, let's move forward. Let's take it to the next level. But then it's like mixed messages, 7 of Cups, right? Just confusion, mixed messages, because what's said and what's offered doesn't arrive, doesn't manifest. Oh, I felt that one, guys. 4 of Swords now in your conscious awareness. You're taking it all in. You're sort of processing it. Maybe even during periods of sleep or rest or meditation. There's something here now, because if you look at the 4 of Swords, she's kind of in that nest, right? And look what is on a string there is her heart, you know, kind of outside herself. And she's just sort of in recuperation mode, like in a little incubative, yeah, incubating. I'll just say that it feels to me that for some of you, there could be a third party scenario. I'm not putting that out there for everyone. If it is, and you know it for sure, then your ears just perked up, a little extra added confirmation. But this 3 of Cups is what I'm referring to, because what clarifies on top of that is the Knight of Wands again. So that might be someone who's putting a little more emphasis on their social life or seeing other people or whatever it is that's happening. It could be third party, you know, like a love triangle. But it feels to me like part of the goal of where you are right now is to come to some inner construct of truth, of seeing things as they are, Ace of Swords, and not as you might want them to be. What's the truth of the situation? As you're in this phase of healing or quieting your mind or reevaluating everything, you're also opening your heart and mind to the truth. And sometimes that comes in as a little bit of an, oh, now I see it, right? Getting some form of illumination on maybe a dark topic, but it feels to me like this pattern of in and out, or somebody who may be a little too social outside of your connection is what you're really working through for yourself, so that you better understand your own response to it, because that sure doesn't feel balanced or harmonious, does it? And Libra is all about that. So let's see the 7 of Cups in the near future. Jeez. The cards don't want to shuffle, so I'm just going to take these and one from the bottom. Okay, so the 7 of Cups, the Fool, the 9 of Wands, and underneath the 9 of Cups. I'm feeling like the 9 of Cups underneath is sort of like, well, if I want to be happy, if I want the joy, if I want some wish fulfillment, I'm going to have to take a leap. I'm just going to have to jump and trust that the net will appear. Because you're not getting a straight answer, and it doesn't appear to me like you're going to get a straight answer, even though you're looking for that Page of Swords and you're sort of quieting your mind to receive the divine gift from spirit of insight or knowledge or awareness of some sort. Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. Right? Because right now you're like with the short end of the stick. And look at the image there for that Five of Swords. It's like a lot of chatter and you don't know who to trust or what to believe. I don't think you're going to get it straight in the very near future. That's part of this eclipse season, is there's confusion. There may be some emotional overwhelm, and you have to consider your options here for processing all of it. And what I'm seeing is, right, if you want from your unconscious awareness the opportunity for some wish fulfillment and joy and contentment, like a little bit of emotional self-satisfaction, you may need to persevere, push forward, and just trust that the net will appear. She's right on the edge of that cliff, and at some point you just have to say, well, maybe I don't have all my answers and maybe I don't understand everything, but I'm at this point, I've come this far, I've persevered this long, and if there's a chance I could get some wish fulfillment, it's worth the leap. So I am feeling like some of you will find that you need to assess the risk a bit more. The Fool may not be about the leap. The Fool for you may be coming back into self, right? And standing firm as you assess the risks before you move forward. But I'm saying the leap because what's underneath is the Nine of Cups. So for many of you, the desire for wish fulfillment will be worth the risk, even if you don't have all the clarity or all the answers up front. Okay? So very interesting reading. I feel like you're aware something needs to change. You know where it's coming from. It's a pattern that doesn't serve you anymore. How you proceed may require you to not have all the clarity that you need. And because that Fool feels very much attached to sort of being launched into the future, the Fool is a new day, a new chapter, and that feels very much associated with the new moon in Aries solar eclipse coming up in 2 weeks. So I just want to stick a pin in it for you there. So I'm going to give you the astrology that showed up here. I'm going to remind you that the extendeds work a little differently now. Okay, so if you want to get this as a one-off purchase because you have no memberships, the link is below. If you have a membership of any kind, an individual zodiac, which I just started this week, Aries, I think Aries through Scorpio have been uploaded and people have been opting in for that membership. If you have a membership for any of those or the All Access Pass, you do not need to buy this. You go into moments.com to access your reading, okay? So just wanted to remind you, the extended will be Aries through Pisces. I'll go through each individual sign. We'll look at what needs to be released. We'll do clarifiers, so they're like little mini readings for each sign. That's what we're going to do, all right? Knight of Wands comes out twice here. That is Sagittarian energy. The Death card is Scorpio. We've got the King of Wands twice is Leo. Talk about the pride, right? Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Fool, which is the planet Uranus, right? Expect the unexpected. Anything can happen and probably will. It's associated with the sign of Aquarius. So that is what I have for all of you. And you've got some good reminders to don't let pride get in your way. Could even belong to your King of Wands. Take the time to breathe out, exhale. That's what you're already doing with the Four of Swords. And believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. Persevere. Take the chance. You can always change your mind. That's what I have for you. The link to the extended is below. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.